El clips nunca está cuando se necesitan
Pinche clip
clips.
pendejo cuando...
Mrfadets. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Mrfadets. Dice. A ver la chica con cabello gris. Norman Cannon. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Norman Cannon. Dice. Buenas noches. Mrfadets. Dice. No se te escucha, maman.
Ahí va, aguanten, aguanten. Es el voice mod que lo desactivé.
Mrfadets. Dice. Ya XD.
Ya, aguanta. Cuando se escuche doble me avisas. Ah.
Mrfadets. Dice.
Qué verga.
Eh.
Ah, ahora sí ya. Ya lo quité. No sé qué madre pasó.
Norman Cannon. Dice. Black, vas a tirar a
Mañana.
Skirk.
Voy a esperar a Cristóbal. Mañana. Hoy nada más voy a hacer la historia. Puta, se me va a ahogar, weón. Mierda, weón. Bueno, ya. Ah, coño, que aquí no se ahogan. Me lleva la chingada, weón. Sí es cierto, que aquí no se ahogan en Fontaine. Soy un pendejo, weón.
Norman Cannon. Dice. XD.
Sí, que en Fontaine podemos nadar. Sí es cierto, Augusto. No sé, ¿cómo se llama? No se ahogan. Se me olvida, cabrón.
Norman Cannon. Dice. No he hecho el abismo.
Tampoco lo he hecho, tranqui. Estoy esperando a Skirk. Mañana que la saque lo voy a hacer. Lol, no sabía que había un trono aquí. Interesante. Bien, una última toma y ya. Esos movimientos sí son... ¿Estás de viaje por Fontaine? Qué coincidencia. Un barco mercante que vino a Fontaine para hacernos... para que fuera guardaespaldas. Acabamos en el puerto Rosemarino hace 2 días y como aún nos queda para marcharnos, pensé que podría visitarlo. Me acabo de Fontaine y por fin puedo verlos en acción. Con esa artesanía tan africana y esos pasos de baile, eso sí que es elegancia. Estaba pensando que unos pasos de baile como esos serían perfectos para un bailarín humano. ¿Te gustaría bailar de ahí? Bueno, más que yo, son Duran San y luego las que están estudiando nuevos pasos de baile y pidiendo ideas. Quiere grabar a los Mecaboy Fontaine bailando para mostrárselo a ellas y ver si se les inspiración. La cosa es que ese robot tan alto como se llamaba Coppelius o algo así, esos movimientos requieren mucha fuerza. No solo hace girar a su pareja de baile a toda velocidad, sino que hasta la levanta. Hay que tener mucha fuerza para hacer eso. Y entre la señorita y Nilo, no sé quién podrá hacerlo. Tú podrías hacer papeles de ahí. Yo no, yo solo sé algunos pasos sencillos. Pero si la cosa se complica, parece un pato manero. La última vez que Dios me llevaba a bailar, no fui capaz de seguir el ritmo de la música. Encima, no dejaba de pisar su falda y por poco nos caemos las dos. Y hasta el caso ya se cambió, ¿no? Más corta. Porque bailé con una, pero no creo que yo esté hecha para ser bailarina. Ahora bien, si ella quiere practicar este baile, no me quedará más remedio que intentar ser el bailarín principal. Cuando regrese le diré que vuelva a sacar esa falda. Tal vez por fin pueda usarla otra vez. Ok. ¿Cómo estás, Norman? ¿Qué cuentas? Por cierto, Norman, tú que eres suscriptor, creo que también en YouTube, bueno, no sé, ya se abrió una nueva pestaña de comunidad, ¿vale? Donde pueden poner ustedes cositas, fotos, imágenes de ¿cómo se llama? De Genshin. Vale, necesito buscar a ver dónde hay más gente. Encontré 5, pero ya no encontré más.
Norman Cannon. Dice. Está buena la idea.
No es una idea. Lo activó hoy YouTube, ¿vale? Bueno, al menos a mí me avisó hoy. Es una nueva mecánica que se llama comunidad, no sé qué. Mira, está aquí, te enseño. Dame un segundo. Vienes aquí, ¿vale? Y le das aquí en YouTube. Pues, imaginamos que eres tú, ¿vale? Madre, no sé por qué se configuró así, bien, ¿sabes? La madre, mira esas tetotas, hermano. Todo esto es gratis. ¿Qué? Espera, ¿qué? Ah, vale. Vale, decía yo, perdón. Qué pedo, algo. Ah, vienes aquí, le das aquí en el canal. O sea, buscas mi canal. Yo aquí nomás le voy a dar así. Buscas mi canal, vienes aquí donde dice... debe ser gestión. Es que es desde el celular, se ve desde el celular, creo. Nada más. Hay una opción, pero no me acuerdo dónde era. Creo que no se puede del celular. Y debe decir no miembros. Dice algo de... Es aquí en publicaciones, supongo. Dice algo de comunidad. Ya, búscalo desde el celular. Desde el celular dice comunidad. Debe ser una pestaña que aparezca aquí y diga comunidad. Y ya a partir de ahí ya te dice qué cosa, ¿vale? Ah, mira, aquí sabe publicaciones exclusivas para miembros. Ah, no. Esta es otra cosa, no. Esta es otra cosa, esta es otra cosa. Pero sí, ahí viene en ese apartado. Pero es del celular. Entonces sí era tal cual me dijo el archivo, que es basado en el celular. Si yo no lo encontraba. Yo no encontraba la chingadera esa. Tuve que dar vueltas para poder encontrarlo.
Norman Cannon dice: durarán los posts mientras uno esté suscrito.
Me imagino que el post queda ahí. O sea, no se va a eliminar. Tengo que checarlo bien porque igual, ¿cómo se llama? Según decía que lo podía configurar desde el PC, pero estoy viendo que no se puede configurar. Tengo que ver cómo se configura desde el PC. Pero a priori aparece, mira. Te lo enseño desde acá el cel normal. Lo voy a enseñar a priori desde acá. Dame un segundo, mira. ¿Ves? Aquí hay un apartado, mira. ¿Ve? No sé si lo alcanzas a ver. A ver, lo voy a poner mayor. Mira, hay un apartado ahí que dice, mira, dice visitar mi comunidad. ¿Ves? Ahí tú le das visitar. Aquí te dice, mira, principales, recientes, etcétera. Mira, ¿ves? A ver si lo poca bien, mira, ¿ves? Principales, más recientes, crear publicación, etcétera. Hace 4 semanas.
Norman
Ya puedes
Cannon
publicar, ¿vale?
dice: sí lo veo.
¿Ya? Entonces tú puedes publicar ahí. Pero es solamente para, hasta donde yo vi, solamente para seguidores. Si eres seguidor del canal, puedes publicar. Si no eres, pues bueno. Bueno, vámonos a hacer lo que tenemos que hacer, ¿no? Vamos a lo que vinimos el día de hoy. Aunque realmente este equipo no me gusta, la verdad. Voy a llevar otro equipo. Venga. ¿Esto de aquí qué? Ah, lo de los dominios. Esto no sé qué pedo, pero yo...
Gunkun. Bienvenido al árbol
Hola,
de
Goku.
Bird. Gunkun
¿Qué pasó?
dice: best viewers
Ay,
un
Dios.
*** @armjuhins.
Vale. Íbamos la historia principal, ¿no? Que es... Venga. Curiosamente es a la entrada del volcán. Mira, interesante.
Oh, Tulani and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Oh, hey, Kochi-san. Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any...
All right, got it. But seriously, that being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count. Yeah. All jokes aside, the Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon. And so many people have been—
Oh, so you've stepped in.
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a word, but more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in—
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class. Traveler, let's just help with the patrol, alright? Otherwise, Yan-san's gonna make Paimon—
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one. Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing's strange. That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement.
Sure thing, just leave it to us. We're—
Bueno.
Let's ride.
What's this? Was there always a cave here? Hey, there's a hilichurl here. Is it— why is it hype? Ah! You woke it up! Huh? It ran away. Oh, guess our reputation in that land is more fearsome than we
Alexa no
thought.
ubicad. Bienvenido al árbol de
You mean
Bird.
that shiny thing?
Alexa no ubicad.
Must have
Alex.
dropped it as it
Dice.
ran off.
Saludos. Alguien explique cómo sacar la estela de Zeng.
Paimon bets
Una
that
M su
hilichurl
reto con
thought
el
it was a
UNI.
priceless treasure. It was probably planning to
Ni
hide
idea
it here
cómo.
for safekeeping.
No la he hecho.
Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still. What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from? What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship? Wait, you mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat? So, how did that key show up here? Are you sure you didn't just drop it? Whoa! Yeah! These look identical! So, if one of them's yours,
De la hermana.
does that mean the other one is— Knew it! Huh, the keys to a spaceship! Huh. But anyway, now we know where it came from. The simplest explanation is that your sister lost her key somewhere not far from— If that's true, it means your sister was here recently! Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Ansan's patrol. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile to—
Oh, hey, Ian-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see— We were actually just about to go meet up with you.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore. The bodybuilding competition has just been cancelled. So the
Wait, cancel?
The Abyss Order attacked.
Huh?
I've heard of the Abyss Order. But this is the first time It's like they're preparing—
One little sect versus the entire nation of war? Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows.
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe. Our defenses are holding strong so far. So I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Mawika knows. If there's any information out there— Oh, want to come with me? I'm
Lucas.
sure everyone will feel better.
Bienvenido al árbol de Bird.
Vale. La llave de una nave. Me lleva a la fregada, ¿no? Ya estamos con las cosas raras otra vez, hermano. En teoría solamente debería haber 2 llaves. ¿Cómo coño la perdieron? ¿Quién sabe? ¿Y cómo coño llegó a Natlan? ¿Quién sabe? Apareció por obra de Dios, ¿no? Mucha su madre.
Malika!
Oh? Ah, great timing, Yan-san. I was just about to send...
How are things looking? What's the latest word?
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive...
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us.
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss...
Could it
Tylee
be...
Corea.
Oh,
Bienvenido
seems
al árbol de
unlikely.
Bird.
But then again,
Tylee Corea.
It's too early to say anything
Dice.
definite. For the
Buenas
time being, we
noches.
should
Buenas
continue
noches, Tylee.
monitoring the
¿Cómo te va?
situation.
how are the battles going?
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned...
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their forces for... However, this is still a war. So we must give it our all. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. Oh? In what way?
Yep, that's how it is.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what her goal...
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, he's been trying to track his sister down and get some answers.
I see. So you two have fallen out.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stick...
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a
Himno
spat between the
Tambeje.
Traveler and Twin could affect
Bienvenido
the fate
al
of the
árbol de
entire...
Bird.
Just so I'm clear.
Himno
You're still on
Tambeje.
Natlan's side, and
Dice.
you have no idea what
Hola,
your sibling
profe.
is after.
Hola.
Is that
Himno
right?
Tambeje. Dice. Va a hacer unas tiraditas.
Well,
No,
that's a
hasta
relief.
mañana.
When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried we were about to be thrust into an impossible... Our reports, if you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going
Himno
there to lend them a
Tambeje.
hand.
I'll join you.
Dice.
Right now, the collective
bueno,
of
hasta
Plenty isn't
mañana.
facing a serious threat. So we should support
Himno
the other tribes.
Tambeje. Dice. Sodio no
Many
es cierto.
thanks, you two.
¿Qué tal?
Todo
Mora.
bien, tranquilo, chicos.
Bienvenido al árbol de Bird.
Buenas noches, Mora.
Mora. Dice. Buenas noches, Black.
Don't worry, you're still Natlan's hero. I'm not gonna blame you for something. Still, if we manage to find your sister, you wouldn't mind if I gave her a good punch.
Mahuica se la quiere reventar. güey.
Akuma. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Akuma. Dice. Hola Black, estás haciendo la misión de Skirk.
No, estoy haciendo
Tylee
la de la
Corea.
historia. La de la historia.
Dice. Puede intarte a Skull Heroes.
¿Qué?
Himno Tambeje.
¿Cómo?
Dice. Que va de Lord Profe. Mora.
Ahí vamos todavía. Ya
Dice.
apenas nos acaban de decir lo de la nave.
Black, cuando sale lo de la skin de armas hoy o es después.
Lo de las armas, yo lo estuve buscando, pero no me apareció el evento, o sea, no aparece aquí. Quiero pensar que a lo mejor se libera por alguna misión o algo, porque no aparece. Debería aparecer aquí, ya lo busqué también en el libro
Mora.
y no está.
Dice. A mí tampoco me apareció. Tomás Aravena. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird.
No, si quiero pensar
Himno
que
Tambeje.
tiene fecha de salida.
Dice. De lo que va de la misión, ¿qué es lo que ha pasado?
Encontramos
Tomás Aravena.
una llave de la nave.
Dice. Buenas Bird. Akuma.
Donde se
dice.
supone vinieron los dos gemelos.
¿Cuál misión estás
Y
haciendo?
hay dos llaves, la que encontramos
Himno Tambeje.
y la otra, y la
Dice.
de él.
Se supone llega en una semana.
Huh.
Mora.
I wasn't expecting to
Dice.
see you here.
Ando
How are things
buscando.
looking? Malika
Y
told
nada.
us-
Oh,
Mora.
the situation must be
Dice.
pretty dire if it's meant
Ya
to
en lo
get
de
to
las alas aparece Black.
Dire.
No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating.
Ok.
I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers? The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exact.
So, that's how they
Himnote tan
They call
veje.
themselves the Abyss
Dice.
Order, yes?
Se supone el nuevo
So
endgame
tasteless.
llega en una semana para que
Exactly the kind of
disfrutemos la salida de
two-dimensional name
Skirk
a
y de la
clueless
versión.
writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
Hey! She's saying your sister has poor taste.
Wait, what? Are you saying his sister is a member of the Abyss Order? I only said that because I was mad. But maybe I went too far.
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've...
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration. And not a moment too soon. Things were getting awkward there.
Look, you didn't have to say that last part out loud, Sweet Lolly. Anyway, let's get him!
Rev the engines! Pyroclastic stuff!
Faster! Stronger! You asked for it! Stop it! Headbutt! Charge!
Akuma. Dice. Black, la misión de Albedo que fue enjuiciado era uno de evento o permanente.
No, ese es permanente.
Burn it down! Rev from the sky!
Himnote tan veje. Dice.
Phew, much
Profe, no
better.
me lo va a creer.
That's more
Me
like
salió
it.
una flor de 790 de CB.
Uf, buenas, hermano.
Oh, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already.
If anyone should be reconsidering,
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking from, why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base?
Hey, was there a battle here just now?
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds. So well, morale's high and everyone's here.
Full throttle!
Quick as a flash! Start them! Yeah! Heads up! By my spark, the night burns! Forward! Crush them! Running late again.
Y hay que destruirla.
What is that thing? It's like it's draining the strength right from my body. Find a way to destroy it! Suffer the wrath of Eve! If this order's resistance is faltering, now's our chance! On my mark! Hands where I can see them! Line 'em! Control breathing!
Pyroclastic surge!
Warriors! Attack! After them! Here I go! Show no mercy! Front first!
Rise with the sun!
you must be the boss here. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the masters of the Night Wind.
Resist the abyss will pay the price.
Sí, acabaré pagando el precio. Ya te reventé, pendejo.
Right there! Eat Laline! Eat Papa! Get him! Get... You asked for it! Yeah! Start the... Yeah! Headbutt! Ultimate flying kick! Hi! Dip!
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge!
Bienvenido al árbol de Vir. Dice.
This stronghold is neutralized. Good work. Huh!
The Abyss Order...
To be honest, this was anticlimactic. I was hoping... Well, whatever. I'll just have to make up for it with
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being. But still, maybe it's just me. But an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold, but this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of the enemies...
Huh? Not sure I follow.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures.
So you're saying they're...
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage.
Paimon had a hunch but you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling...
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still debating...
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
Yo no hice nada.
Rev the engines! Hip.
Hurry up, Grassa!
And we're back where we started. Let's look around for clues. There's no time to waste. Oh, we've scoured the entire area. Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out? Huh. Seems kind of ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But then again, who knows?
Oh, thank goodness! Someone's here. Please help me.
Who? Who are you? What happened?
No, now isn't it? Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
Yeah, where are they? Paimon?
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite They're almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
We're not. We're complete.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
What's wrong with that girl?
Ugh.
Oh no! It looks like something really... Quick, let's see if she's okay. What's wrong? Are you hurt?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here. It's too dangerous. Huh? Oh, now you finally see them. Well, it's about time. And you're great. Thank you, Savior.
Savior?
¿Por qué me dice Heraldo de la Salvación? What the fuck?
Light it up. Control breathing. Final warning. Light up the blazing sun.
Tengo más dudas que respuestas, cabrón.
You done? Paimon still can't... You just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kind of funny, actually. Oh, really?
Sure. It's nothing.
Sammy.
It's okay.
Bienvenido al árbol de
Beard.
Beard.
No need for you to
Sammy. Dice.
Vierga.
¿Qué juego es ese, bro?
Genshin, tengo la idea, la teoría, chicos, desde el otro día que vi a esta personaje. Yo creo que esta es la hermana, weón. Y la otra es una copia de la hermana, weón. Este se me hace que es la hermana real, weón. La otra es la copia. No sé por qué tengo esa idea en la cabeza, weón.
Now that I've calmed down, holding hands with you like this, I'm just a little shy, that's all.
Pero ¿y si resulta ser la hermana? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Por qué lo la recuerda?
Well, anyway, I haven't had the chance to introduce myself yet. I'm Dear. Thanks for saving me.
Igual y no es, igual me fumó un porro, ¿vale?
Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. So, what was the deal with those monsters?
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you couldn't, I thought you were making...
Whoa! That must have been scary. The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters? Don't worry, we aren't like that. When we say we can't see something, it's... But more importantly, did the monsters hurt?
It's nothing serious.
Y no te tambeje.
But I
Dice.
did sprain my ankle back
Pero la
there.
voz parece
I won't be
distinta.
doing any more running for a while.
Good idea. We'll take you.
Por lo que sabemos,
Thank you
Aether
so
tiene
much.
tiene la
Despite getting
memoria
injured,
perdida,
I
¿vale?
still feel much safer with you around. I'm gonna stay here until I heal up. Don't want to risk running into any more monsters.
Yeah. You already took a big enough risk coming out here all on your...
A small village, far away from here. I walked for what seemed like forever. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No one said finding the savior is gonna be easy.
Huh. That's the second time you called the traveler a savior. What's all that about?
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was... Anyway, there was once a sage who passed through my village.
Y
People
no
got
te
the sense
tambeje.
that she was truly
Dice.
The sage said that.
Y Terzo comió un brownies de los buenos y al despertar no sabía nada, solo que tenía que pelear contra todo lo que respire XD.
The day of disaster is almost upon us, so my grandmother begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late. I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind.
Oh, so that's why you were lost. Well, the traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior. And he's already got a ton of titles, so he won't mind what...
Actually,
What? But didn't you say that...
Everything except the gender. The savior
¿Ves?
was described as a young woman.
Ay, porque es la hermana.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a savior? Really? Oh, of course.
Who? Who is it? You have a sister? Well, then that's it. Please, can you take me to see her?
Maybe.
Huh? But
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back.
okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for her anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together. Yes, everyone says that the disaster is inevitable.
Mierda.
But the savior will rescue us
Y
all
no te
from our pain
tambeje.
and suffering.
Dice.
I've always
Ay,
dreamed
guay,
of
ese
meeting the
quién era.
savior.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched. See? She broke eye contact. Sure sign of a guilty conscience. What's wrong, Deirdis? Something's clearly bothering you.
Oh, how should I put it? The traveler looks just like the savior of my dreams. And it's not every day that the savior of your dreams swoops in and saves the... So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all.
What do you mean?
No sé ni cómo responder a eso. Tengo la pinga parada. Le falta ponerle ahí.
I'm sorry.
Viajero el
Please
apoyo.
forget that I said anything. Let's just leave it there. Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move again. If you manage to find the savior in the meantime, please.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm...
All right then. Well, take care.
¿Por qué no la llevaron con Mabuika? Mabuika lo hubiera cuidado.
Nerobites Lax.
Mysterious girl.
Bienvenido al árbol de
Ya no
Vir.
se sale.
Keep an eye on her.
Nerobites Lax. Dice. Que mis younes, la de Arconte.
Ajá.
Nerobites Lax. Dice. La nueva.
Sí, la nueva.
At least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she... Anyway, this is probably all the
Quillora
progress
up.
we're gonna make for now.
Bienvenido al árbol de Vir. Quillora Up. Dice.
A eso vamos a averiguar.
Para mí que es de Caenría por su vestimenta.
Eso vamos a averiguar ahorita.
Sibi. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Sibi.
No.
Dice. Hola mi bro, hoy no es noche de Resident.
No.
Get back on track.
Vamos a jugar, pero cuando salga 9.
Oh, you're back. How did it go?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But
So I take it that the war's still on? That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seem to be at a standstill while you were. The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us. And since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Nerobit Slacks.
I was wondering,
Dice,
Traveler, if you have the
yo hice la de
time, could you
Skirk
go
que
and pay a
estuvo
visit
buena.
to the guards?
Hablando de eso llevo PT 35 y tengo asegurado, así que no sé a quién sacar, si Skirk o la Seng. Ambas se ven cool.
Si ya tienes a Scofier, saca a Skirk directamente.
They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself.
oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Great. Thanks.
Wow, Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You do?
Thank you for
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see, but they didn't sense anything untoward. So we just put it down to religious.
Interesting. Well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult. Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive...
Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going,
Vale.
Huh? Is that,
Hey, come on! You'd march to war with...
It's not the same thing at all! There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero? That could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity! How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad?
No one's here to judge you on your...
I'm sorry.
Let Paimon guess.
May I check?
What?
No, of course not. I just figured, but I am still on patrol, so please.
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or...
Ok. ¿Cuál es la idea del contexto de esto? ¡Boom!
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until... I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Tumaini for the...
Ugh, Paimon...
Well, some people connect through conversation, but...
Okay... Well, to each their own...
Not at all. We haven't spot...
As Paimon expected, nothing here either.
You're back. So, did the guards find any...
Nothing much. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about what...
Traveler? You're back already?
Mora.
No one thought to wake
Bienvenido
me
al
up,
árbol de
huh?
Bird. Mora.
In fairness,
Dice.
you look pretty hungover.
Black, tengo 14 de
Can't
piti en
imagine
el banner de
anyone
armas.
wanting to wake you up in that
Tengo
state.
30 deseos, ¿será que
Have you
sale?
know I'm perfectly sober when I'm
¿Quién
hungover.
sabe?
Okay.
Recuerden que los que quieran tirar con nosotros, chicos, mañana, ¿vale? Mañana vamos a hacer las tiradas.
Regardless.
Quien aún quiera tirar, lo puede hacer mañana tranquilamente con nosotros. Si quieren tirar y quieren salir en el video de las tiradas, también pueden hacer su tirada, nada más grábenlas, ¿vale? O suban las fotos al canal.
What I meant
Mora.
to say is,
Dice.
I heard something about
Si va
the
Black.
Abyss Order and Gate.
Yeah, that's right. Does it?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed... hard to say. I don't think it had any... It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or
Oh. So even someone as familiar
Mora.
with the ley lines as
Dice.
you can't tell what's going on.
Black hoy no
No
estaré.
wonder the
No quiero
shamans
ver
of the Druid
spoilers a
called the
morir con la
front
misión,
lines couldn't
jajaja.
sense anything.
Dale, no pasa nada.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. In war, adequate planning...
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember...
Mora.
Sure, what
Dice.
is it?
Black, de todas maneras andaré por ahí si necesitas un favor.
Ok.
Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quick...
Alright, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get...
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... There are many potential explanations.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well...
Hey, I'm not that old!
Care to elaborate on what happened?
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact. Whether that be... But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is... It sounds like that really makes me question whose side this girl is on. And whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes...
Actually, Paimon feels like...
Whoever this girl is, she sounds...
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can. At the very least, we should remain vigilant.
Sounds sensible. On that note...
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
O sea, vinimos y fuimos nada más a los pendejos, la verdad. Nada más nos están trayendo como pelota, weón. Y no avanzamos nada. Empezamos bien y empezaron con sus cagadas de ay, 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 ay. Y X haz esto, ya es el otro, y anda de mandadero, y anda que puta madre, como ya no quiero ser mandadero, coño. Suéltame la bomba, ella qué carajo es ya, o sea. Que tengo que ir a matar a no sé quién, no importa que sea cortita, pero que venga pum, 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 tírame todo ya.
Here we are. Dear will still be here. Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh. What if Ian-san was right? Maybe she never intended to stay...
Ah, te va a dar un batazo, weón.
Watch out!
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Ala, recién entro a lo de MAD y veo la lista de baneados y veo que son un chingo y yo ni en cuenta XD.
Ah, esos baneados son los que vienen a entregar son los bots.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was... Oh, did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walk into it. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, and it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to
Dice.
death.
Oh,
Ah, caramba.
that's weirdly precise. But wait, If you really thought you were gonna starve or—
I just didn't want to lose. He already saved my life once. That's more than enough.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty—
What? That is the... Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now, too.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdith. Guess that explains how you had the energy.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems...
You weren't in there that long.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, and often, my mind would drift to this question. But my grandma would tell me the answer to that question. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives...
Paimon, is it kind of like how journeying with the traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
I really treasured my world. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved, but I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still...
Yeah!
So, I finally ventured out. I'm going to make my world bigger. One step at a time. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child. Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her.
I need to find the savior and protect my world. Then, that's the most worthwhile thing I could think.
You know what? It's pretty cool.
Oh, sorry. I got a little carried away. Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are...
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
Can you see them now?
Ah, qué verga, es la primera vez que usas tu elemento de otro tipo.
But please, be careful.
Faster, stronger. Let's hands where I can see 'em. Stop. Time. Yeah. Wrath from the sky. Yeah. Kapow. It's justice o'clock. Yeah. Headbutt. It's justice o'clock. Burn it down. Controlled breathing. Start the...
Huh? Wow, that was fast. Paimon's... You doing all
Himno
right?
Tambeje.
Deirdith?
Dice.
Hey, it's okay.
Ahora van a salir con que el porta siempre estuvo
I just
dormido, no
spaced out there for a
XD.
moment.
You... spaced out?
I was just... the image of the traveler fighting to protect me.
All right.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late.
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think? All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith?
Ahí viene el sueño, me lleva a la chingada.
Ahí viene Lore, venga. A huevo, ya sabía yo. Weón. Ahí está la hermana cagando el palo otra vez. Weón.
Benja. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Benja. Dice. Al final no le dije. Himno Tambeje. Dice. Profe, una pregunta, ¿de dónde surge su nombre de usuario?
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood red sky.
Benja.
Wild
Dice.
beasts that
De Naruto.
slaughter all in some
Benja.
No.
endless pain.
Dice.
A terrible
Es el Bluebeard.
curse that cannot
No.
be reversed.
No, mi nombre viene de las X y la U son besos y abrazos. Se lo puso mi hija. Y y el Vir viene de un juego que se llama Ragnarok. Cuando jugaba Ragnarok, no se me ocurría ponerle otro nombre al personaje, le puse Vir y a raíz de ahí salieron varios nombres, Birdi, Bardo, etcétera, y lo amplié a Blackbeard.
Himno Tambeje. Dice.
Ya está.
Avatai Tala, Motorena y Toita.
The birth of a saint.
Aguanta, que se viene el... A ver si dicen algo bueno. Otra vez. Ah, es porque le agarró la mano.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing, but it didn't seem to work
Benja.
on you.
Dice.
In fact,
Top 5 monas chinas encueradas.
You better not be trying to pull a fast one on
What? Don't be so... I have more
self-control.
Himno Tambeje. Dice. Entonces es un nombre que fue evolucionando con el paso del tiempo, desde que era jugador desde hace años.
Sí.
No way is Paimon. You go ahead.
Oh. Do I really see...
Pues sí. Parece sospechosa.
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste.
Yeah, I can tell from
Benja.
the ingredients. 3 days
Dice.
will definitely be enough time for my
Juegos en
ankle to
pie
heal.
5.
Then...
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same... How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able
Himno
to find us for sure.
Tambeje.
Mawika?
Dice.
Who's Mawika?
Yo ya ni me acuerdo por qué me puse Himno Tan si me llamo Iten. Jaja. Pero ya no me puedo quitar ese nombre. Casi lo tengo en todos lados.
It doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're... running?
Where? What are you talking about?
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs. You don't see them? They're heading right this way.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters. You're right. I see them now. You were
Benja.
joking after all.
Dice.
What a weird
¿Cuánto crees que me
situation.
tarde en llegar a tu
What if
punto
making
en la
these
historia si
monsters
empiezo a
invisible?
jugar hoy?
Is it Deirdre?
Ah, su
Or the
madre.
monsters themselves?
Como un mes, más o
Or
menos.
is it us?
Mínimo. Pero jugando así, duro. Sí, un mes mínimo. Es que es un chingo. Nada más la pura historia de Sumeru son... Creo que son 12 horas. Y la historia de Fontaine son... Creo que 24, algo así.
Himno
Well, might
Tambeje.
well mow these ones down,
Dice.
just so they can't pose a threat
2
to the
años Carita
tribes.
riéndose.
super low.
So, there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see the...
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been... Oh,
Benja.
Paimon's getting a little
Dice.
worried about... We gotta
No
go.
mes y cuánto llevas
See ya,
jugando,
and please take
XD.
care.
Yo, 5 años.
Benja. Dice. Eso que aún no lo terminan, o ya terminaron el juego.
No, no está terminado.
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Sumeru en total son 28 achares si no mal recuerdo, en Fontaine son aprox 40 y en Natlan con lo que vamos estaban aproximando 50 achares.
Ah, puta madre.
We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss Order just now.
The front...
Huh? But how?
No, relax. Their front line...
Oh, feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is...
No, we're still mustering troops. Nowhere. So at first, I was also... But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. One person. Just a single individual. They stormed the
Himno
enemy
te
lines and
tambeje.
attacked with a... They
Dice.
wielded an unknown power
Y eso solo con
and
las
fought with
misiones
a
de
sword
Arconte y
style that
algunas
no one
principales.
recognized. The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, I'm only recounting what I heard. And I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent. And assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them.
You don't need to sweat it, Ian-san. From your
Venga.
description, we're already pretty
Dice.
confident. Honestly,
Yo llegué
with
hasta
the
donde
Abyss Order
conoces.
acting out so publicly,
20.
it's about time he showed up. Dainsleif.
Himno te tambeje.
Va a aparecer
Dice.
el caballero oscuro.
Si no, espérame y ahorita te confirmo.
Running late again.
Benja. Dice.
Ahí está el
Es que es puro texto el juego.
Ahí va. No, sí trae cinemáticas.
Dice. XD.
Sí trae cinemática. Perdón.
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh,
It is my honor, Miss. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is fortunate to share...
please don't mind him, Ian-san. He always talks like that, but
It's quite all right. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still... Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now.
sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? So,
Benja. Dice.
hey,
Y
Dane,
juega sí.
wouldn't have
Sí.
told you to be a little more polite?
Ya también voy hasta lo último de ZZZ.
Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway. We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no... What do you think we should do? Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of... Wow, okay. A rare, candid response from Dane. Well, actually, we found his sister's hibernation chamber key near the...
Linkecito. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Linkecito.
And there's more!
Dice.
She kept seeing
Hola.
monsters that we couldn't
Himno
see.
te tambeje.
And then, this other
Dice.
time, she also said
Ya
she was
volví,
on the
profe, con la
journey to
info.
find the savior. Her description of this savior matched the... Yeah, that's right.
Linkecito. Dice. Ya te sigo.
Gracias, Linkecito. Ya la llamaban así antes del desastre que antes. La llamaban Salvadora incluso antes del desastre.
Wait, wasn't his sister called the princess, though? Where did...
Uy, princesa de Caenre. El rey Vinster.
Oh, sounds like the people of Conria really believe...
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Solo para misiones de Arconte y suponiendo que uno tiene el rango de aventura 45 por lo menos para no tener que esperar farmeando XP y suponiendo que tiene buenos personajes para acabar rápido las batallas.
¿Qué? Ah, algo así. Quizás sea la descendiente de algún habitante de Caenre de sangre pura afligido por la maldición de la mortalidad que se asentó en un pueblo remoto. En su pueblo aún conservan algunas creencias muy antiguas, razón por la cual todavía creen que la hermana es la salvadora.
Ah, Paimon gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya. Except still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation. Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight?
Himno te tambeje.
Hay que pasar un día.
Dice. En total Mondstadt dura 2:35 horas, Liyue 4:35, Inazuma 6:48, Sumeru 15 horas, Fontaine 16 horas, Natlan, aprox con lo que vamos actualmente, 18 horas.
A su madre. Más de 70 horas, casi 70 horas. Es casi un mes más o menos de juego, poco más o menos.
Running late again. Get back on track.
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Pero suponiendo que tenemos todo bueno de build y eso.
Discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like... Morning! What are you guys talking...
You're here. I have some good news to share with... We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has
Himno te
reported that they've
tambeje.
discovered the abyss after
Dice.
their front lines dissolved.
Y si añadimos
The
las
bulk of
misiones de
their forces
interludio
fell
y las de
back to that
Dainsleif da
area.
un total de
It's
casi
also where their
92
central command
achares.
is located. The location?
The Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like they're... And with any luck, maybe we'll find...
Yep, our army is almost ready. And we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon. I've already explained my reasoning,
Himnote
Mr.
tambeje.
Dainsleif. I
Dice
understand your concern.
que en resultado total es un chingo.
You're gonna go
Sí,
on
la
your
verdad.
own? Come on.
It's all right.
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order, and even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements. Mr. Dainsleif.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Trip. For a second there, Paimon actually thought...
Himnote tambeje. Dice. Yo me tardé como 50 achares en Natlan porque era archiquito y no sabía buildear, así que es relativa la cantidad de tiempo.
Sí, pero es un montón, pues, al final es un montón lo que tratan de decir. Vale, vamos a entrar a un dominio.
Is this the place? The Abyss Order's high... It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can... And if you get to meet your
Himnote
sister
tambeje.
again...
Dice. Como resultado final tenemos que debemos tocar pasto de vez en cuando.
Ah, vale, te dieron a Dainsleif.
Himnote tambeje. Dice. Te dije que iba a salir Yugebel.
No está jugable, es un activo nada más. Está ahí, no lo puedes jugar. O sea, nada más activa una habilidad de como si tuvieras, no sé, algún muñequito de ayuda de evento. Ahí está, mira. Nada más hace
Himnote
eso.
tambeje.
No es jugable.
Dice. O más o menos.
O sea, no es jugable, pues.
Take it from here. Control breathing. Drop your weapons.
Himnote tambeje. Dice. Pero lo estás jugando XD.
Que te digo que nada más se puede usar, no es que tiene un contador. Digo que es como un artefacto. Tiene un contador ahí.
This is a very different battle from the one we fought with the Ansan. No one's backing down. They're fighting back with everything they have.
Step aside. Stop right there. Let's move. Grab from the sky. Headbutt. Hero incoming.
The power of revelation.
Kapow! You asked for it. Final warning.
Vale, Dainsleif le quita el escudo. Buenazo, vos. Mucha habilidad rota, vos.
Light it up. Pyroclastic surge. Drop your weapons. Justice o'clock. Let's ride. Control breathing. Do not attempt to resist. Stop right there. One fell swoop. Charge.
The abyss is all present.
Himnote tambeje. Dice. Creo que voy atrasado en el stream XD.
Ni idea. No,
Let's move.
no, hija.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Mierda, me mató Jensen. abisal.
Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
So, where's the Traveler's sister then? Or...
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so but today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years...
El BOT Mexica. Bienvenido al árbol de Vir. El BOT Mexica. Dice. Bro. URSS. Bienvenido al árbol de Vir. URSS. Dice. Huele a inicios de entrenando a la recta final de Genshin unos 2 años más. Himno
okay.
Tambeje. Dice. Bueno, al final el chiste es que le avise que habían filtraciones de Dainsleif atacando y le pase video, y al final sí salió, no como esperábamos pero salió. El BOT Mexica. Dice. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas jugando? Linkecito.
¿Desde siempre o
Dice.
ahorita?
Bro.
De ahorita llevo como 1 hora más o menos de juego. Tratando de leerlo más rápido. Ahora, ¿de cuánto tiempo llevo jugando al juego? Llevo 5 años aproximadamente.
URSS. Dice. Vendo la cola por protos. El BOT Mexica. Dice. Ahorita. Himno Tambeje. Dice. 1 hora 20 minutos.
Correct. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 5.
Right! You still need a few steps after that, such as... Plus, if it was really so easy, Moika and the captain would have had...
Oh, you poor fools.
El BOT Mexica. Dice. Guau, muchos años yo juego Fornite y te lo recomiendo, igual está bien bueno el juego Fornite igual que el que estás jugando.
No me gusta Fortnite.
URSS. Dice. Genshin se ha vuelto bien ballena, amigo. Himno Tambeje. Dice. El que anda vendiendo la cola por prontos, a menos de que te pongas un fursuit no te va a hacer caso pa' eso.
Un fursuit.
El BOT Mexica. Dice. Ah, bueno, si quieres jugar me dices.
Ok.
Himno Tambeje. Dice. El solo se detona a furros como las melucinas. URSS. Dice. Las bendiciones ya no rinden.
weapons.
Himno Tambeje. Dice. Ando atrasado en el stream, profe, y a cada que hago pa adelantar se traba XD.
You asked for it. On my mark. Control. Step aside. Look out below. Hero incoming.
URSS. Dice. Deberían mejorarla a 100 o 200 diarias.
Start the clock. Quick as a flash.
Ah, casi lo mato, joder.
Light of the blazing sun. Stand down. Hands where I can see 'em. Final warning. Why me?
Himno Tambeje. Dice. No creo que mi Genshin Impact mejore lo de las proto así de fácil.
On my mark. Step aside. Let's ride. Wrath from the sky.
Listo.
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the abyss. Are you still thinking about what that guy said?
Himno Tambeje. Dice. Profe, voy a dejar a mi mapa sangrando.
Ah, mierda, güey.
Himno Tambeje. Dice. De tanto rascar protos para el arma de Mabuika.
Aden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address. Don't forget, Dainsleif. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble, but I taught you everything you know about. Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality.
URSS. Dice. Después de esta historia no volvemos a ver a Dainsleif en otros 3 años.
Have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths? All right, I believe you. Still, aren't you? What? Not a fan of
Himno
reminiscing
Tambeje.
about old times?
Dice. Se va a ir de sabático, ¿no ves que Dan es como Mouyang?
Algo así.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within, yet we still despaired at her choice. Still, I believe that everything
Himno
she's doing
Tambeje.
now,
Dice.
including
Cuando
her
aparece
regret
nomás
over
hace
what
una cosa y se va
besides.
por chingo de tiempo.
Who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not?
URSS.
We can
Dice.
hardly turn to
Y la
the
historia que viene
gods.
será relleno de un NPC random.
sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize. I honestly can't.
Himno te tambeje. Dice. ¿En qué idioma tiene los diálogos, profe?
En inglés.
Himno te tambeje. Dice. En japonés sí se escucha.
Memories, spirit, emotions, personality. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin or in shame I once longed. Without my history, I fear I will become. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Khaenri'ah we once called a home.
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Dainsleif está haciendo un amiguito luego de putearlo XD.
What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient. I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dane. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Khaenri'ah's ley lines as they were, 5, the loom of fate cannot weave without an abundance of... And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even... Indeed, we, a people in exile,
Himno te tambeje. Dice. Bueno, profe, ya me voy. Hasta mañanita. Tengo un examen muy importante a primera hora.
Dale. Pero mañana.
Himno te
está bien.
tambeje. Dice. Ya luego me cuenta de qué va la historia.
from broken memories shall itself be broken. Precisely, for you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continue. Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion. Just we had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price.
URSS. Dice. Ese nuevo endgame de las armas de skins estará bien cheto.
Depender tanto del dolor de skins y jugarse.
Perhaps, but that is the gamble our highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the loom of fate has now finished weaving the...
Ok. Dainsleif se fue para el otro lado. Se nos viró la tortilla para el otro lado.
Rise with the sun!
It's Judith! Great! She's still here!
URSS. Dice. Y la diosa desconocida, ¿cuándo hará su aparición?
No sé. Hablando de la reina de Roma, tenías que invocarla, cabrón.
We're
URSS.
not from the same world,
Dice.
are
A la
we?
Burger.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to... In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland? No, wait. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe I'll carry on looking, although... I've already found my savior. It's you. It's just... too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your sister. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento?
URSS.
That way when I
Dice.
do find her,
Lumine
I
es
can
la
convince her
canon.
that you're also searching for her.
Ya ve.
Huh? What is it?
El Gilichur es ella. Puede ser. Se paró en el tiempo. Ahí viene Skirk, me imagino, ¿no? Verga, la hermana, weón. tomó su decisión ya. Él tiene que tomar la decisión. Básicamente la tiene que destruir. Y es lo que no quiere. Tiene que matar a su hermana porque sabe que si aloca y vuelve a crear otro mundo va a matar a todos los que existen. Es básicamente lo que hizo Chiquilín en la última misión.
Everyone's been with the Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Hmm?
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. Paimon was looking all over for him, and then he suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot, but looking a lot more glum.
Esa es su nubecita.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your sis?
Huh? You met your sister? And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind.
What your sister accomplished? It all but defies But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it. The Lord of the Night did try to explain it. During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the Leyland. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of it. She saw your sister's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Preserve a nation?
You're not the only one.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she...
An additional condition?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what...
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war! Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate. I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands. So it's one... Don't you agree, Traveler? Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Veressa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast. Huh?
Ion-san, this might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need a lone...
Traveler?
Pucha, todo el rato con la pinche cueva, ¿no? Me imagino que el Gilichur es... El Gilichur básicamente es la chava. Desde que lo vi salir dije, guay, madre, ¿no?
Get back on track. Hurry up, Veressa!
El Gilichur. Ah. Nos dieron para largo con la misión. ¡Ta madre, bro! Tanta chingonería y salen con una mamada. Ay, Dios mío santo. En fin. Al menos ya están soltando poquito a poco cosas de Caenria. O sea, no hay más. Pero nada, vamos a hacer la de la otra tipa y ya está. Pero bien lo dijo Joel y se va a reír de mí, Joel. Ya lo estoy oyendo. Te lo dije, nada más nos iban a dar migajas y literal.
Baiju isn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome.
It's the Traveler. He looks absolutely... and he keeps spacing out. You have to call his name several times before he snaps out of it. What do you think it is?
Very peculiar. In all the...
Okay. Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju.
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But
Huh? What do you mean?
curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just... Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root... In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that...
Oh, must be a rare condition if not... Well, all we can do is take their advice. Just get some rest. Paimon will be
Pabluxid. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Pabluxid. Dice. Espero no influir en nada, pero me dio coraje la tabibita en esa misión, sé.
Pues no hizo nada, o sea, realmente ya nada más nos mostró el telar.
Pabluxid. Dice. Está re bueno el lore, hasta me dieron ganas de agarrar una escoba de espada, jaja.
Traveler! Traveler! Rise and shine! Time! For once, you're making Paimon look like a cut! What? Did you scratch yourself? Nope, nothing there. Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. What? So, in this dream... Oh. Okay, but then again, you woke up, then it's decided. Paimon will stay up and what,
Pabluxid. Dice. Esa es la nueva voz de Paimon.
Creo, me parece.
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will...
Ah! What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Skirk? Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and their child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind—
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You, I'll take a glass of wine.
Hmm? Oh, we make this one in-house.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those— Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scaring, Paimon. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what child's—
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up?
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you couldn't disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink.
Oh, okay. She disappeared.
Wait, hold on. You...
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember?
You sure? I...
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got...
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress?
Oh, now you mention it,
Pavliuxid
that vaguely rings a
dice,
bell. And it
momento
looks like
esquizo.
Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk being there. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But that Mora she left for it. Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. But anyway. Looks like they're collecting something. Let's go check it out.
Bump first! You asked for it! Start the clock! You ought to stand down! It's justice o'clock! Oof! Look out below! Charge! Ha ha!
So, this is what they were collecting. Yeah.
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished. Their gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark together. These remnants form what you call god remains.
and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast.
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were... She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show now.
Okay. Right. The god remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing?
Pabliuk
Estoy durmiendo.
dice: Siento que me gusta más la voz de Paimon así.
Está más tranquila y relajada así. Por eso me está durmiendo.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over the—
Wait, you mean... this...
42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely. And it's not hard to something has been leeching power from this world, like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with— This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what— Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
So...
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so...
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction that you would do well to remember.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the Primordial Sea. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What? Ah! Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon! Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So... Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days.
Ajax. Oh, right.
Pavliuk-Sid
A month
dice,
here is equivalent to
duda
1 day in the
existencial,
outside
la
world?
gente del elemento Cryo tienen
Should mean
papás.
we're safe from that power-hungry soul
Ni
snatcher
idea.
for now, right?
Yes, well,
En
I
teoría,
didn't
sí.
bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the traveler could be attacked at any moment. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. It could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister. And you're saying that depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too.
Pavliuk-Sid
But if one day you
dice,
gain the power to control
si
them,
toma agua para
this
ese
once a
sueño.
calamity is now just
6
another
sus
tool
6.
in your arsenal.
Ahora voy a tomar yo creo.
I'll
Lo
respect
que pasa es que no tengo sed, me acabé el agua, así aquí la tengo.
Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform
Dream?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, with dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind. Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you. Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even to play it safe, I need to give you some special—
Wait, you're gonna teach him? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our—
Do as you want. For my part, I don't— You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills, and train you for the specific scenarios that I— But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon, so special training, huh? The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet?
Ready? Your training will be split into 3 stages. Test will start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area, so I won't bore during your long journey.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting.
Pavliuk-Sid dice, ahora toca la parte divertida.
To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy. You need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences, and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just technique. Only then will you get the full utility out of all your—
Wait, Paimon thought you were gonna teach him some
Pavliuk-Sid
cool new moves.
dice,
One day,
La voz de Paimon te arrulla ya. Mora. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Mora. Dice. Black, ¿cómo va el lore? ¿Qué opinas?
No me gustó.
Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your course. That's all I have to say. Time to
Mora.
make a start.
Dice. Black, ¿viste que regalaron plumas esas de mejoras de artefactos?
Swiftly as you can.
Mora. Dice. Porque Black.
Velo en la historia, si te lo digo no tiene chiste, ¿vale?
Mora. Dice. Comprendo, pero sí dijeron cómo llegó en esa nave.
No,
Pabliuk
nomás hablaron de la nave ya.
Dice. Tocó pegar 90 veces.
Ya decía yo, me van a poner demasiado.
Mora. Dice. Yo aún no le pongo artefactos al viajero Pyro.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Pabliuk Sid. Dice. El manejo de la espada se ve que está bien dominado.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is...
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
Paimon durmiendo
You start to tire. Empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your
Pabliuk
sword
Sid.
is an extension of your
Dice.
own body.
El jefe final es el
It
sueño.
was on a deserted moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Rain cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw.
Master of Inazuma Kamisato Art Tachijutsu.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream. Sometimes, you have to practice a single movement 1,000,000, maybe 10,000,000 times before the breakthrough moment comes. Nothing in the outside world can help you in...
Pabliuxid. Dice. Ojalá así sean los Elies en Not Cry.
Lo más seguro es que sean parecidos.
Skirk, why are...
Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his class.
Excuse me! You shouldn't talk about your
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to... But
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me up.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always go-
let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventure is...
The stars shimmer high above, but mountains as far as the eye can see, an endless snowy plain, or maybe buildings taller than this. I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all. But for now, I'm...
Pabluxid dice: no sé cómo aguanta tanto, yo cuando dormito, me muero al toque.
Porque quiero terminarlo. Pero ya estoy terminando, yo creo que ya estoy terminando. Imagínate que lo tengo que hacer 2 veces, ¿vale? Tengo que hacerlo en este y en la cuenta secundaria.
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Run! Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared. Ah!
This way!
We'll never make it! Fire. There's fire everywhere.
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages in birth.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that.
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home to prevent them from making some kind of last stand. We're planning to clear out the other zones first.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer.
Setokyun. Bienvenido al árbol de
Qué
Virg.
mierda, mataron a la familia de Kiri, weón.
Dad? Mom? Skirk, you're all right?
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot.
This is the
Pabluxid
Alert all
dice:
units. Prepare to
estar sin papas es requisito para el cryo.
Don't trust anyone. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave.
Whenever you miss us, remember, life is a gift.
Break down the door. Look what we have here.
Dos riders from Setokyun. Abelloind. Pabluxid dice: tocó subir volumen.
You're I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, this time, the focus is elemental energy. Come
Man, staying in the abyss feels so... No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here.
Pabluxid dice:
Except for the fact
aquí
that
es donde me
Paimon
entró
still gets hungry
coraje.
like clockwork. You go do your trick.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power, the first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, the natural energy of abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously
Bienvenido al
stole
árbol
the
de Vir.
all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet. The elemental energy of Tivad, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These two forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation trap. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the Seven Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power, but is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets tricky. True growth comes from adversity, but only if you make the choice to pick. So, it's time to push yourself. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Windblade! Windblade! Disappear! Windblade!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Windblade! With the wind!
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes.
Water jet!
Faster! Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Water jet! Water jet! Water jet! Water jet! Go!
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without it means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by so be bold. Do not be afraid to... Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training. Which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained out. Get some rest.
Dice. Porque en lore el tabibito es re bueno, pero en gameplay es re malo, de Guatemala a Guatepeor.
El tabibito de fuego es bueno, el tabibito de dentro es bueno. O sea, están buenos, no están al nivel de otros personajes, pero son buenos, funcionales.
What is the secret to power? Longing. Hatred. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn.
Dice. Hasta aquí me despido. Aquí ya son la 1 AM.
Que descanses, igual aquí ya son la 1 y cacho. Está bien.
Pabliuxid
mañana a las tiradas.
Dice. Ojalá pueda descansar usted también y proto NN.
Sí, mañana hacemos la tirada.
And then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted.
But, Master, I can barely lift this sword anymore.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the crack after all. But good, Skirk. Once again.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting to each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed. Each time I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond, but you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh. And
¡Qué enfermo!
Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training. So, wanna head over now?
From your training so far, you have gained better command. That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in— Ready? Not bad. That defensive step, just like your sister. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't—
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but only if you live to tell the tale. The dead, strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at the— How amusing. Almost, but you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. Make the most rational and advantageous decision in any given moment. This is your final training session. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Water jet! Water jet! Go! Water jet!
Not bad. Better than I expected.
Iyae Pesni. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Iyae Pesni. Dice. Buenas.
Buenas.
You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought.
Ana Aurora. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Ana Aurora.
Hola,
dice,
Ana.
Está padre la historia de Skirk aunque sí llore _bajo. Iyae Pesni. Dice.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, you must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you.
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind is one. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or... Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that. Warriors will train day and night to perfect their skills. But when the battle comes, There, one mistake, one moment of hesitation, and just like that, all their blood, sweat, and tears were...
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and...
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she?
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Oh, incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're always so resolute, so unshakable.
Me fui a otro lado que no era.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies?
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't...
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run! Skirk! Run!
Let's see here. First things first, you need going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about, as the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for... Of course you are! That's why Skirk... Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forgive the whole Ice Queen thing.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat.
Okay, it's Paimon's turn.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your... Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, we just need to retrieve the missing... When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to... You and I may never meet again, traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just... Okay, not the angle I was expecting. I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness. Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Dude, since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me? Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent... But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there... To become stronger, for certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But to do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Well, your last... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing... Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you, best keep it a secret from her as well.
Time to go. Oh, finally.
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
Try and stop me! Hip.
Wait, this is near the chasm.
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory.
Don't worry, Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for oh, but, that means you need to stay-
All right. Remember your training.
Bombs away! Water jet! Go!
Mine to wield.
Whoa! Look at all these spikes! Careful, don't get hit! You know what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you. Come on, you got this.
Annihilate! Water jet!
Hey, what are you two doing here? Dusty. Begin burning their house. Let's press on.
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his... Ugh! This fog is making it impossible to see...
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler. The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down. From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Gwali Plains, you asked me why this... Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been namely, break through my defenses and steal my power. No, he couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy, so call it fate if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for our... In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time. How did you get the power of the all-devouring...
The all-devouring... Oh, of course! Paimon...
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature, which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul.
The Foul? Who dares call him foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little.
Look! It's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use... Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come at... You've got your soul fragment back? So we both got what we came... Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the...
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run! Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But... Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he... You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour it, but I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master. Exactly. told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said, and I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of—
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get—
But what if that monster finds you Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this. A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest.
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Next time I need— Fine. It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to Oh, this. It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Tivat. Wearing this helps— It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it found somewhere to wrap.
Va y la lleva con el doctor, loco. Está loquísimo el viejo.
Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baishu said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there! Huh. This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? I'll be collecting my paycheck now, but... Oh, sure thing. Wait, can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did she do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble.
Ah! You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work that— Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and—
Wait.
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me—
But your shoulder— Hey, don't just let— whatever. Let her tire herself out. Let's get some sleep, Traveler.
Quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you—
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. Run! Skirk! Run!
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk?
About 60%.
Whoa! Paimon!
No, not Not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow, no. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me.
Ooh, sounds
Thanks.
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake? Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Be right back.
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as... This isn't your first time here, but what you remember... Actually, it's my first time. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak. Call it... fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here. So, what's your impression? Oh, you know, this river represents strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So, this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memory. But, as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't, and all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes...
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall...
The answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart. I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still like meteors. You both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. Let's...
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you...
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And we will still have contact through the Abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Why?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood, or it shall drive you to defeat.
That is what Skirk's master, the foul Sertology, looked like at one point in time. Of course, as a higher being, physical, he could appear as a beast, a human, even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor,
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quick. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. Show... We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training on...
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as... No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak.
Can I ask a question, Master? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to...
I saved you because I have a plan. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you.
But I don't want to draw my sword.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and after some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and
Saurik.
carefree time
Bienvenido
it was.
al árbol de Bird.
Wisps of clouds
Saurik.
dotted the sky.
Dice.
The sun
¿Qué tal fueron las
bathed
tiradas por
everything in
Skirk?
golden
Mañana,
light.
hoy no.
And when song for this,
Mañana a las 10:30 de la noche.
Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening. Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't
Linkecito.
always had the conditions
Dice.
to support life.
Te sigo hasta en la se veo mi brazo por
Evidence of human
protogemas.
activity,
Gracias,
even
gracias.
during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat.
Linkecito.
And decided to
Dice.
eliminate them before
Cambió
the
mi
threat
brazo
could
por
rear its
protogemas.
head. And so, senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her,
Linkecito.
she ran.
Dice.
She ran
Me puedes
and never
seguir.
stopped.
¿Qué sigue?
No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Skirk is waiting over there. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. Well, I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And he is the best choice in this. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind. Stifle all those rejected impulses. Those discarded aspects of your past selves. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So?
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most... Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses. Emotions like kindness and empathy, and what—
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness. I've shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness. And it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder them on the grand scale of the entire universe. Maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only—
And look around. Look at you cast aside your dreams and curiosity. And in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like—
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would— To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, but what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the soul and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, all those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all—
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need...
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad up dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But
Thanks.
I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Pro. Bienvenido al árbol de Bird. Pro.
Hola, Pro.
Dice.
Bienvenido.
Me saludas, Pieles.
¿Cómo te va, hermano? Fuerte besazo y un abrazo, venga.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, yes. And not just because of the gap in our abilities. But also, although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him. I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat it. He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear. Just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me? What?
Pues nada, ya terminamos con la historia de Skirk en teoría. Y nos vamos a dormir, chicos. Venga, vamos a terminar aquí lo que falta y ya. Le damos para adelante, venga.
Oh, you're fine. Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back. You're both okay.
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the path. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today...
Okay, so, but whatever. Paimon brought back
Alright, it's about time.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, the good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time.
Try and stop me!
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that, too? Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and it—
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he—
Okay. Oh, the close— Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal—
Mine to wield.
Wipe out!
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope. enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
Well, have you come to your You saw that my body was at its limit. So, such power, such key.
Skirk, Certolo.
How long has it been? How long?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry, it's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But...
Hundreds of... Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to...
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I trained the sword harder than anyone else. Defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, over time my heart hardened. And we were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his yet he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive.
That does sound like something he would...
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his. And at some point, I realized he had pulled so far. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me, "This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether." I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get... Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body... All I can do is try. After all, a wise man... Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality and wish to experience it... Disciple? Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I Venifinir's prophecies are never wrong.
Huh. Well,
all Venifinir said was that one day the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds...
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have...
Still self-assured as ever.
I'll be leading them. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its
Your heart? That sounds like torture!
Because, of course...
So, you used the curse to turn your... Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immort, but that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but... I had already pushed myself to my limits. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice.
After the beating we just gave you?
Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb.
True. But I made up my mind long ago, no matter how dark it gets. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must... First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spot. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could... It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world. The joy of an artist uncovering a temple.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express... You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of...
Exactly. I think Master also... One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend, after which all can come to an end. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal, to complete himself.
Perhaps you're right. What a battle that would be.
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much. Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now...
I can, but not through death. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before. No longer tortured, but it will be a time-consuming and painful process.
I accept. And who knows? I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. If we are climbers in the dark, it appears that... at least...
I will reach the top of this mountain. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh! At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time. been a few. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't. Wow. You sound even more confident than usual. Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon.
Yes. The power Skafnungur stole has been returned. So...
Great! Huh. It's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappear...
I suppose it's because... the false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky. It's not real. Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether our time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow, until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder.
Ugh. This is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the Traveler, ever since we met, he has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, he always, if it's too big a job for one person, then they'll do it with two. And if two's, we've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things.
I suppose when it comes to you, well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it. I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll regardless. Reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that one without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom. For this, we must all work to become stronger. Goodbye, Traveler. Remember your training.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? Hey! What do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that...
Akuma dice: ¿Cómo está la historia?
Bien, ya lo terminé las dos. Ya no las voy a cerrar aquí y me voy a dormir. Bueno, chicos, muchísimas gracias por acompañarme el día de hoy. Un fuerte beso, un abrazo y nos estamos viendo en la próxima. Se cuidan mucho, se portan bien y mañana platicamos otro poquito. Recuerden que mañana vamos a hacer las tiradas, así que quien quiera asistir a acompañarme a hacer las tiradas de Skirk, pues bueno, ya sabe. Estaremos después de las 10:30. Así que nada, se cuidan, se portan bien. Un fuerte besito, un abracito y bye.
Dice: